All right, here we go. The foundations of the okay, has that been wrong on all the videos up to this point? The Foundations of Stone, a community favorite quest, filling in the corners as I continue to play all the quests I skipped in my progression series. This is a great quest. It's really, really fun. 1A, the Dripping Walls, we're going to set the entire Foundations of Stone encounter set out of play and attach the Cave Torch to somebody. So this entire set right here is going out of play. The Cave Torch, this is back. We're going to add that to Frodo. It's restricted, and then we can exhaust it to place up to 3 progress tokens on a dark location. And when we do, we discard the top card of the encounter deck, and if it's an enemy, we add it to the staging area. Okay, we have Frodo Baggins. He's a 2/1/2/2/7 threat hobbit, and then when he is damaged, we can cancel the damage by raising our threat. We also have Spirit Glorfindel, so he counters the threat increase by having only 5 threat. He's 3/3/1/5, and then when he exhausts to commit to the quests, we have to raise our threat by 1. And then new to the series, Hama. Glad I'm able to get this guy in. So he's 9 threat, 1/3/1/4 tactics Rohan warrior. After Hama is declared an attacker, return a tactics event from your discard pile to your hand, then choose and discard a card. Limit 3 times per game. My card doesn't say that. This is great. So I'm really excited to have a deck with Hama. My threat is very low, 21. So this is excellent. And then side 1B, 9 quest points needed. Reveal an encounter card per player. So let's shuffle up and draw our opening hand first. This is another fantastic quest to test a deck up against. For this build, I included Spirit Glorfindel. I normally don't include him if I don't have to because he's so strong, but I wanted to go with a very low threat, counter Frodo's threat increase, and then also I didn't include a test of will. I don't have lore, I don't have leadership, so no resource acceleration, but I do have an engine that I'm hoping this deck can pull off. So it's a little different build, lots of tactics, events for Hama to do his ability, ways to pull cards out of my discard pile. It's a different build, and it's a good build, I think, but I did stay away from some of the stronger cards. All right, the Eagles are coming. That's good. So we got some threat reduction there of Elrond's Council. There's an Eagle. There's an Eagle. More threat reduction. And there's part of the engine I need to get going, the Sigil Miner. This isn't bad. I actually thought about keeping it, but I did not draw the Light of Valinor, and that's what I really need. So there is an enemy that is guaranteed to come down and get us, and it takes 6 to kill him. So if Glorfindel doesn't exhaust to quests, him and Hama can team up and kill this enemy that takes 6 to kill, with Frodo providing the way to handle the defense of that enemy. So that's kind of my plan for how to handle combat in the early game. I have lots of ways to quest hard, because one of the problems you can have with this quest is you just get to a situation where you just need to quest hard all at once. So you can run dwarves and do Untroubled by Darkness. You can do all sorts of placing progress on location effects. Those would be very helpful in this quest. So there's lots of ways you can handle this thing. This is how I'm doing it. I'm going for a Hama build. So we got Will of the West. That's good. There's an Eagle back. Threat reduction. That's good. Stand and fight. Another Eagle. There. Stargazer. I think Stargazer and Light of Valinor are the 2 most important cards to look for. Oh, God. Okay, and we get Crumbling Ruin as the card we're revealing. So I got to exhaust a character and then discard the top card of my deck. If the cost of that card is greater than the hit points remaining on the character, I discard the character. Okay, Hama, and we discard a 1-cost Vassal. That's fine. I think there's only 1 card in here that cost 4. So that's one way to get around that. Like I said, no test of will, so I've kind of tailored this deck to be able to handle the treacheries versus canceling the treacheries. Okay, let's play Stargazer. So you exhaust her to look at your top 5 cards and rearrange them, but don't exhaust her yet. There is a treachery that deals damage to exhausted characters, so you got to play smart. Like I said, no test of will, so I'm going to be playing against the treacheries, like playing so that the treacheries don't hurt me as bad, hopefully. All right, I'm going to quest for 5, maybe just 3. I might pull Frodo back. So if I just send Glorfindel, that would be 3. I got to raise my threat. Yeah, let's keep Frodo ready. So if I do get an enemy, I can defend it without taking it undefended. There we go, perfect. So just a 1-threat little goblin dude. So we make 2 progress, and then this guy attacks for 5 if it's undefended. So that's why I kept Frodo up, just in case. So he's going to come down, and Frodo will defend, but first let's take a peek. So I'm going to exhaust the Stargazer because it's safe to do that now. And we're going to rearrange these top 5 cards. There's a good card. Hail of Stones. There's Ziggy. Okay, cool. So that's the engine I need to get going. So I want to draw Ziggy, and then I want to put the next 2 cards as cards that the Ziggy can discard. So it's going to be the Stargazer and one of these tactics events, because Hama can pull the tactics event back. So we're going to do it like that. Okay. All right, now Frodo will defend. It's 2 against 3. And no shadow, that's great. So I'll raise my threat by 1 to cancel that damage. And then if Hama was ready, he could have killed this guy, but I'm actually just going to use the eagle and kill him. And then after the eagle attacks, he leaves play. That's fine. I just need to make sure I'm not getting overrun by little enemies. A lot of these shadows add enemies to the staging area and stuff. So we draw Ziggy. So what you do is you exhaust the Ziggy and you say a cost, and then you discard the next 2 cards of your deck. And you can get 1 resource per card that was discarded that cost what you said it would. And you can place those resources on a hero. So it's a way to generate resources, and Stargazer lets me know exactly what's coming. All right, Glorfindel questing for 3, raise my threat. Here we go, the little goblin follower. So he's going to engage me. I am the first and last player. I make all the progress, so we're up to 5. And this is the guy that if I can attack for 6, I can kill him. But unfortunately, I don't have Light of Valinor yet. But that's okay. Getting the Stargazer Ziggy combo running, if I had to choose between the 2, I'd rather get that up and running. Okay, I'm going to say 2. I'm going to discard the top 2 cards. One of them costs 2, so I gain 1 resource. And now I have a tactics event in my discard pile. I'm going to put that resource on Hama. And then I can defend, sorry. Okay, that's a good treachery to see go away. So I'm going to raise my threat to avoid the damage. And then Hama can swing for 3 and only deal 1 damage. But since he was declared an attacker, I can pull back that Hail of Stones if I wanted. Now I do have to discard a card from my hand. It's not really important to get that Hail of Stones right now. And I know I'm going to be attacking next turn unless I have to exhaust him for some reason. So I can get that Hail of Stones next turn, which hopefully I can kill this guy. All right, Stargazer, once again, looking at the top 5. Let's see what we have going now. All right, 2 copies of the Eagles are coming. There's Light of Valinor. Okay, so that's the other thing about the Stargazer. She lets you find a card you're looking for and make sure you draw it. So I can do Ziggy. So the Eagles are coming are a tactics event, so that's another card that Hama can pull back. So I'm going to set it up like that. And then let's go into the next round. And this deck, and lots of decks in Lord of the Rings, the card game, you build an engine and you just get ready. You get ready to have your board state take command of the quests. And the first few rounds, you're really just treading water, trying not to die, and eventually you'll overwhelm the encounter deck, but sometimes it takes a while to get there. So let's put in this Winged Guardian. So when it defends, I have to spend a tactics resource to keep it in play. I'm just going to send Glorfindel for 3 and reveal 3. Any player may discard a random card from their hand, otherwise this gains Surge. Okay, so a random discard. I mean, the only one I don't want to lose is Will of the West. So I hope I don't lose that, because I really want to shuffle in my discard pile. And Stand and Fight. Okay, Stand and Fight is now in my discard pile. And we quested even, so that's fine. Let's travel there. And then once again, we're getting attacked for 3. We're going to defend with Frodo. Let's see, +1, +2 instead, if it's engaged with the last player. So it is +2. So I'm going to have to raise my threat quite a bit, but I have those Elrond's councils. And now we can kill this guy. So let's have Hama and Glorfindel kill this guy. I can also stargaze and see what's happening. So now that Hama was declared an attacker, do I want to pull back that Hail of Stones? Not really. I like these cards. I need to get a few more cards in my hand that I don't mind discarding. I'm not going to use Ziggy because I like the next 2 cards coming, but let's have the Stargazer just take another look because I'm a little further down. Okay, so I want to draw the Ancient Mathem, and then that's going to draw me 3 cards. Yeah, okay, I can draw Ancient Mathem, play it. That'll draw me. The Eagles are coming, and then at least one of the other Eagle cards and Hail of Stones, and then I can get the other Eagle card with the Eagles Are Coming. Okay, great. That works. You gotta kind of think about it. It's definitely a little complicated when you're doing this. So there's my Ancient Matham, and I'm hoping to draw the next 3 cards that I set up. In my hand, I have 2 Elrond's Councils. I'm going to play those. Drop my threat by 6 because I control a unique Noldor character, and I will give Frodo +2 willpower. So Frodo will quest for 4, and then I'm going to hold on to this Will of the West. I don't want to shuffle my deck right now because I know what's coming and I like it. Okay, so 4 plus 3 is a total of 7. All right, hopefully that's enough. And we get, Crumbling Ruin again. The only bummer is I have to discard the top card of my deck. It's actually not that big of a deal. I think everything still works out okay. So I just exhaust Hama because there's going to be no combat. And then we knew it was the Eagles Are Coming, so we were fine there. And then all the progress goes through. So that's awesome. We clear this location. We make a couple more progress on the quest. And then we get to draw 3 cards, which are almost the 3 cards I thought I was going to get. But it works out the same. So I still get the Eagles Are Coming. And I have another defensive eagle I can play. So awesome. Hail of Stones as well is going to be good. All right, now what Stargazer see? It's going to be new cards. All right, we don't need another Light of Valinor. Okay, there's another Will of the West. So those both cost 1. And let's see, Ancient Matham's good just, when a location comes out. So I think I'll set it up like that. Ziggy's going to say 1. There we go. They both cost 1. And I'm going to collect 2 resources. 1, 2. That's excellent. Okay, that's really good. I could play Will of the West right now because it's actually not a bad time to shuffle the deck, but I actually want to draw the next card. So you play Will of the West when you don't like the cards that are being drawn, or, I played 2 Elrond's Councils already, so those are nice to get shuffled back into my deck. Okay, Eagles Are Coming is great because I know I have at least 2 Eagles coming. So there they were. Okay, and then everything gets shuffled. So now I'm going to play Will of the West because I'm shuffling my deck anyway. So to avoid shuffling it twice, let's just spend 1 spirit resource. Will of the West leaves the game, and now everything gets shuffled together. Deck's working good. I would like a little more willpower on the table. I got Westroad Travelers, and I also have a single copy of Faramir in here that I'm hoping to get with Stand and Fight. Yeah, there's some more questing that definitely could be going on. But most of the cards in this deck cost 2. So if I just have Ziggy and no Stargazer, I will always just say 2, and hopefully it triggers. Okay, Eagles of the Misty Mountain. Yeah, I guess I forgot those were in there. So Hama could have had trouble if I had discarded an Eagles of the Misty Mountain. I forgot that those cost 4. So they're going to quest because they have multiple hit points. So let's quest for 5. Oh, here we go, the little Goblin Scout. So he's 3 threat, and he can't be engaged unless we're under 25. So I'm going to play Hail of Stones and exhaust 2 characters. That's why this card's in the deck. And the 2 characters are, I don't think it matters. I don't think I'm going to have any combat really to worry about. So we're going to kill this guy with Hail of Stones. Love that card. We revealed no threat, and we advance to stage 2. All right, the Water's Edge, flavor text, 12 quest points needed. After a player commits characters to the quest, he must discard the top 2 cards of his deck. I'm going to be putting a token on the encounter deck to remind me of that effect. But let's have the Stargazer gaze at some cards. She sees another Eagles Are Coming. There's Arwen. All right. Oh, and then 2 escorts from Edoras. Hold on to those. Those are you're going to need those escorts from Edoras at the end of the game. So I got to make sure those get in my hand somehow. I think I'm going to set it up like this, and we will go into the next round. All right, so of course we draw Arwen. When she exhausts, she's going to give someone a defense boost. So if Frodo hasn't committed to the quest, it'll be Frodo. And if it's not Frodo, it will be the Winged Guardian. Okay, so there's some willpower on the table. We're getting there. And I got the token on the encounter deck. I guarantee I would have forgot pretty much every time if I hadn't put that token on there. So easy to forget this effect. So, all right. Glorfindel for 3, and then 4 more from Frodo and Arwen, plus 2 from the Misty Mountain Eagles. Okay, we're going to discard these 2 cards. So the Eagles Are Coming and a Stargazer. We're sending 9, and then we get the Fouled Well. Okay, each player must choose, discard a random card, or surge. I think I'll just take surge. I don't want to lose those. And then, oh boy, this might have been a mistake. What do we got here? Cave in. Remove all progress tokens from the current quest card. If it removed none, then surge. Well, that's a good time to get that. Oh, okay, this is fine. Then a 4 threat location. So, I mean, we added 7 threat, but I'm glad I didn't discard a random card. I need to build up some cards in hand. So we're going to make 2 progress. Not too shabby, I guess. To travel there, we got to exhaust the cave torch. That's fine. So we need to see if this is an enemy. It is. It's another one of those guys that stick up in staging. But I don't have Hail of Stones. And he can't come down until I can engage him normally. Okay, let's see what the Stargazer sees. I do have an Elrond's Council coming, but it's not going to get me to 20. It's not going to get me to 24. It's going to get me to 25. So that kind of stinks, but I'd like to draw that. And like I said, I want these escorts from Edoras. So I think I'm going to set it up like this and have the threat reduction and willpower boost. Because I want to get out of here as soon as possible. I need more 2 willpower questers on the table. I don't have any except for Arwen. Okay, I have a couple eagles in hand. Do I want to play those? I definitely want to play Ancient Matham, but I think I forget to. As you'll see, it's not going to matter. So let's play this Vassal of the Windlord for 1, and I think that's going to have to be it. I forget to play Ancient Matham. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we are currently up against 6. Let's make it 10 with Elrond's Council. Not good. Not good. I wish my threat was 1 less, then I could engage this guy. Because it has to be under 25. Okay. So 6 against 10. I need to discard top 2 cards. I would have forgot. There we go. So that token is definitely helping me remember. And then we get the Branching Paths, so it gets +1 threat if it's a dark location, and everything gets +1 threat. We're going to use the Cave Torch and try to clear this thing. Okay, not an enemy. Good deal. So I'm going to place 3 progress on this. It leaves. And now I need to look at the top 3 cards, add 1 to the staging area, and put the other 2 on the bottom of the deck. Oh, baby. Yep. We're going to add the 1 threat little goblin and put Watchful Eyes ×2 on the bottom of the deck. Thank goodness. That card can shut me right down. So that's cool. We make 3 progress. We don't clear the active location, but I'm just glad to have placed the progress, and I'm also glad to have gotten an enemy, because now I can pull Hail of Stones out of my discard pile. So that's how this deck is supposed to work. So it's pretty cool to see Hama doing what he's supposed to do here. So as I said, if Frodo was questing, the defensive boost went to the Winged Guardian, and it's a 3 attack, and add this enemy to the staging area. Okay. So the Winged Guardian will stay in play if I spend a resource. So I think I will. And then I can attack for 3 with Hama, and we will kill the little goblin dude. Because he attacked, I can pull back Hail of Stones. So now I need to get rid of a card from my hand. The card I'm going to get rid of is this other Winged Guardian. And then now, if I had a Tactics resource, I could play Hail of Stones. But I don't have a Tactics resource. I could try to use Stargazer and Ziggy to get a resource, but I'm just planning on doing it at the beginning of the turn next round. So that die is going to represent that I've used Hama once. Once it hits 3, I'm no longer allowed to do his effect. So let's see. Stargazer is going to take a peek. And there's willpower. Holy cow. Okay, so it was all bunched together now. So now I need to decide how to do this. I'm spending way more time on this stage than I would like. Discarding the top 2 cards over and over again is tough. So having Stand and Fight is good because I can pull back one of these escorts from Edoras if I draw it. So I think I'm going to set it up like this. And the deck is working pretty good. I like using Hama to pull back Hail of Stones or Quick Strike, just whatever tactics event your deck is kind of relying on. He would also work good with Hands Upon the Bow, Foe Hammer for lots of card draw. He's a real fun hero. He really is. And, he attacks for 3, so there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so the only problem is I'm not generating a lot of resources right now because I have to keep discarding 2 cards each quest stage. But that's nice. So there's 2 more willpower, and then, like I said, I forgot to play my Ancient Matham. All right, let's send characters on the quest. I'm going to keep Frodo ready, so we're going to be sending a total of 9. I keep the marker at 10, but I do get it right eventually. There I went to reveal a card, and I'm like, oh yeah, discard 2 cards. That token. Every time. Okay, the Sigil Mine Shaft. Raise my threat by 1 to place a token on there. To clear it? Yeah, let's do it. So I'm going to raise my threat by 5, placing 5 progress. We're just going to get rid of that sucker. And then we're going to play Hail of Stones and exhaust 2 characters. So let's exhaust Glorfindel and it doesn't really matter, I guess, the Vassal. And we're going to kill that 3 threat goblin up in staging. All right, awesome. So now there's only 4 threat in staging and we sent 9. So we're going to make 5 progress. So 4 is going to go on the quest. Like I said, I get that right in a moment. And then we're going to draw 3 cards. So this is great. So my staging area was getting pretty cluttered, but I had the right cards in this deck to handle stuff like location lock and being able to raise my threat a lot by constantly reducing it. So there, that's excellent. Let's travel here. Let's engage this guy. Shadow up. I think I meant to have sent Frodo on the quest, so I actually targeted the eagle instead of Frodo. So Frodo's only defending for 2. I mean, I could have retconned and said, I meant Frodo, but whatever. I'll just raise my threat by 1 so I don't take the damage. And then we can kill that goblin with Hama. And do I have a card that I want to discard and pull back a Hail of Stones? I don't need to shuffle my deck back in, so Will of the West can get discarded. So now I have another Hail of Stones to take care of that 3 threat enemy if he comes back. I've used Hama twice. And then let's gaze at some cards. Keep doing this. There's threat reduction. Holy cow. And I'd really like to get out of here so I don't have to keep discarding all these cards. So let's see. I can draw 3. So I'm going to discard. The Eagles are coming. And unfortunately, this West Road Traveler. Yeah, I think I got to do it that way. All right, this is how I'm going to do it. I want to get the threat reduction. I don't want to accidentally threat out. All right, next round. This has taken me longer to get through this stage than I would have liked. Normally, I can get through it in about 2 turns, but it is what it is. All right, some Ancient Matham going on there. Glorfindel should not be exhausted. I am not playing the Escort from Edoras because there's really no point, but I can play Stand and Fight and draw the Escort from Edoras from the discard pile into my hand. I'm just doing that in case I have to randomly discard a card from my hand, but I guess I could have just easily randomly discarded an Escort from Edoras. I don't know. I'm trying to get those 2 cards into my hand because I know I'm going to need them. All right, discarding the next 2 cards. So, of course, it's the Eagles are coming and a Traveler. And then let's reveal the card, and it's another Branching Paths. So that's just 2 threat. So am I making enough to get out of here? I'm going to actually be able to put 4 on the quest. I will get to draw 3 cards from Ancient Matham. We're at 10. That's pretty good. So the 3 cards I'm drawing, of course, are 2 Elrond's Councils and then a Feint. Okay, very good. And then I can travel to the Branching Paths. And then when that's explored, I get to do the looking at the cards thing. I could exhaust the Cave Torch right now because I could totally handle an enemy if it is one. But let's Stargaze first. Let's see. Okay, oh, there's Faramir. Oh, of course. So I play Stand and Fight, and then Faramir's coming. I just kind of assumed I was never going to see Faramir. So I need to try to get Stand and Fight back, maybe with Dwarven Tomb or something. All right, I got my cards arranged the way I want them. And let's go into what hopefully is the final turn at this stage. I'm ready to move on. Riddermark's Finest is nice because that lets me place some progress on a location. So let's get that into play. 2 hit points is also good. And then, yeah, okay. I mean, this is a good hand. 2 tactics events, 2 cards that reduce my threat, and lots of willpower. So I'm in about as good a spot as I could be getting ready to go into basically stage 4. We got to do stage 3 first, but there's nothing you really do. Okay, I'm up against nothing. I got to get through 3 progress. There goes Faramir. There goes a Light of Valinor. And then the card we are revealing is Cave In. Remove... Oh, my God. All right, remove all progress from the quests. What a bummer. What an absolute just screeching halt. Oh, that sucks. Okay, well, let's play both of these and drop my threat by 6. That's going to add 2 more willpower, because all the progress is going. And then I could exhaust and discard the Rittermark's Finest and place 2 more progress. I'm trying to get out of here. So let's place 2 more progress like that. And when it's all said and done, I basically quested for 11, so we're going to have 8 progress on the quest. Dang, that sucks. I mean, I could have sent more characters, but I forgot that could have happened. All right, let's see. So Branching Paths left play, so I need to look at the top 3 cards and reveal one. All right, a 4 threat location, the Surging card, I don't want to see that. And then the Goblin Tunnels. Let's just do the 4 threat location because the Cave Torch is ready. So I exhaust it to travel there. That's not the card you flip. There it is. And is it an enemy? It is an enemy. Okay, so this little enemy engages me. And then I can defend with Frodo, who is defending for 3 this time. And there we go. No shadow, so we're fine. I can attack for 6 and kill it. So that plan works. That's how I take care of that guy. And then since I have my 2 events already in hand, I'm not going to trigger Hama's ability. We're going to have Stargazer take a peek. Probably getting... Ooh, look! Dwarven Tomb. Oh, that's excellent. So now I can get Faramir out of my discard pile. All right, let's do some rearranging and go into the next turn. Okay, well, that worked out really well. So let's spend 1 spirit resource to pull back a spirit card. It's going to be Stand and Fight. And then I'm going to play Stand and Fight for 4 more resources. And it's going to pull back Faramir, who's now going to be in play, able to boost everybody's willpower. Super helpful. I didn't want to count on this combo, but with Hama discarding cards from my hand in stage 2 of the quest, discarding cards off top of my deck, pretty good chance of Faramir getting in your discard pile. And if you have Stand and Fight, you can yank them back out. So that's pretty fun. All right. Am I going to be able to do this? Let's see. So if I keep Frodo ready, I better just send him. Okay. We're going to send 9. And yep, almost forgot to discard the top 2 cards. So there we go. More tactics events hitting my discard pile. And then the card we reveal is finally Burning Low. Okay, this is the exact opposite. It does nothing. If there's nothing in staging, it does nothing. So there we go. 4 goes on the active and the rest goes on the quest. Whew. It was just in 1 more turn, you know? It kind of stinks. All right, Washed Away. That's a lot of reading. So we got to discard the torch. Any items, armors, or weapons attachments that we have. You would be able to keep your mounts, though, which is kind of funny. And then you're also supposed to discard all encounter deck cards from play. I forget to do that. Then you shuffle all the enemy and treachery cards in the encounter discard pile together with the Foundations of Stone encounter set. This becomes the new encounter deck. You remove all other encounter deck cards from the game. Then, starting with the first player, each player draws a random stage 4. Remove all the other stage 4s from the game. Basically, I forgot that the encounter deck that's sitting over there under that token, that should have got discarded from play. So I'm going to shuffle in the cards I'm yanking out of here into that deck. So yeah, that's a mistake. I make it harder on myself because as you will see, the 1 card that gets revealed that should have not been in this deck, boy, let me tell you, it's a doozy. So don't forget to get rid of your encounter deck. When you do this, you need to get rid of the encounter deck and just work with the discard pile. Okay, so let's move on to a random stage 4. I'll just roll a die until I get a 1, 2, 3, or 4. Some of these are much worse than others. All right, number 2. So let's see which one this one is. So they all have the same thing on side A, and oh god, okay, so it's the Old One Lair. 5 progress needed, but when revealed, create your own staging area. Reveal 4 cards from the encounter deck and add them to the staging area. Good golly. When we defeat the stage, we're basically going to advance to stage 5. Wow. Okay, revealing 4 encounter cards. Here we go. Card number 1. Let's see. Cave In, remove all progress. If no progress was removed, Surge. Okay, that's fine. Card number 2. This is the one that should not be in the deck. Dreadful Gap. I gotta travel there right now. and it has X progress needed, where X is the number of characters I control. Yeah, that would have been nice not to have in here. Okay, then we get the swordsman, and then a nameless thing. Okay, that's fun. So that has X's for stuff. And then the Moria Bats, a 1/1/2/1. Oh, that's nice. But only characters if ranged can attack or defend. So that's nasty as well. So we added 3 enemies, and we should not have added that location. Okay, so here's what I have to work with. The nameless thing is pretty bad because when it engages you, it's going to grab cards off of your deck and get boosted by the cost of those cards. So let's spend 1 resource and we'll do Hail of Stones and kill this thing. If there's no cards attached to it, it's considered to have an X value of 3. So that goes into victory display. So that's gone. All right, so we got the Moria Bats. My engagement is under theirs, so I don't need to engage them, which is good. And I will engage this little swordsman. Now, I do have the Vassal of the Windlord, so I do have a ranged character. But let's defend, and then we get, if it's a nameless thing, it gets worse. Okay, it wasn't, so I'm going to spend a resource to keep this guy in play. And then Hama is going to kill him, which is great. And then I'm going to pull back this Hail of Stones, and that's going to be my 3rd and final use of Hama. I'm going to get rid of Feint. I don't really need Feint at this point. And because I have another Hail of Stones, let's use it. I have a ready character. So Hama is all used up, and then I will exhaust a ready character to kill the Moria Bats. And that was pretty cool. I killed all 3 enemies and only actually had to defend 1. So the deck's working as far as using Hama to recur these amazing events. Now I just need to get through all of the progress on the quests and mainly the active location. So that's what I mean. I made it harder on myself. I actually would have rather had another enemy come out or something. All right, I draw Unexpected Courage. Let's put that on Frodo, so now he can quest and then be ready to defend. And then we have my 2 escorts from Edoras in my hand, and I have 11 characters in play. Maybe I should have let that Winged Guardian go underneath the Eagles of the Misty Mountain just to get rid of 1 more character. All right, so I just got to take a risk that I'm not going to reveal a treachery that's going to deal damage to all my exhausted characters. So I'm questing with characters of 1 hit point, even characters that have no willpower, because I'm planning on boosting their willpower with Faramir. And we get Deep, Deep Dark, Doomed One Surge. Then it has something to do with nameless things. Okay, we don't have a nameless thing. So Doomed One Surge. Okay, Doomed One Surge. Please, please. What is this? Lost and Alone. When revealed, each player chooses and shuffles a hero into their deck. Great. Okay, I'm going to have to swap out the sleeve. And then if I draw it, I get to put it into play. All right, that's wonderful. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to choose Hama because I need to keep my spirit resources. This is another reason Stargazer and Ziggy are amazing in this quest. So if you get that treachery, you can hopefully cycle through your deck quick enough and find your hero. But okay, 3 treacheries revealed, which is in a way awesome because it doesn't affect anything. No threat was added. And with Faramir's help, we can clear this huge location and actually still make enough to advance the quest. So, wow, that was very good. All right, stage 5 at the beginning of the travel phase. Just flavor text. Out of the depths, 11 progress needed. When revealed, reveal 1 encounter card per player. And then for questing, you can only send as many allies as heroes that you are questing with. So that is why the escort from Edoras is so good. If we defeat this stage, we win the game. All right, Doomed One Surge. Okay, let's do that again for the 3rd time in the same round. And now the next one is Dark and Dreadful. You know, I don't know if this ever got revealed. This might have got shuffled in and didn't need to be. Deal 1 damage to each exhausted character, 2 if it's a dark location. So that is going to kill a couple of my characters. So we lose Ziggy, Stargazer, and the Traveler. And then 1 damage on Faramir, Arwen, and the Eagles. It's bad, but it's not the worst, because my Ziggy Stargazer thing, I really wasn't worried about it at this point. I just got a quest for 11, and then I win. So, yes, it sucks losing 3 characters, but I'm going to be playing 2 escorts from Edoras over the next 2 turns. So they're each going to be questing for 4, and that should get me out of here. I just need 11 progress. So not too concerned. Let's play escort from Edoras. So when it's committed to the quest, it quests for +2. All right, let's commit characters to the quest. I'm not going to send Arwen because I don't want her to die. I don't know if I can win this round. So I'm going to send 11 up against nothing. And then we get another nameless thing. It's just 3 threat. So with Faramir's help, boosting the 4 characters I sent on the quest, that's going to be enough. So I did get out of here. So that's excellent. And very fun quest. Very fun deck. Hey, I'm sure you're wondering, where is Hama? How long would it have taken me to find him? Where are you, little buddy? There he is. Oh, he was only 2 cards down. Okay, I would have found him. But yep, very fun quest. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.